Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be doing a chit chat about the wireless speaker, the XXL with 100 watt of power. So Fresh and Rebel has released many action speakers, but this particular one is a huge one. You can also have the option to have double phone mode where you can actually connect through TWS, the connection, and have two of these freaking speakers. So they're saying you have like 125 watt of RMS, we have 16 hours of playtime, we have extreme bass option, the double fun mode is something I would love to check out, the IP66 waterproof. So when you're going to be having two of them, you're going to be paying around, I think it's like 140 bucks. However, when you're going to be looking into, let's say, the overall situation, what are we getting today? So the configuration is slightly different with many of these devices. So first of all, we do have like all of the different connections that we have seen with previous model, only of the micro SD card is missing out. Bluetooth 6.0, we have a range of 10 meters without any obstacles. So we have 2 times 4 inches woofers with 40 watt of RMS. We got two 2.75 inches of tweeters that has a total of let's say 10 watts RMS. And overall, we're going to be looking at, let's say, a combined situation. We do have like some really nice power. The specs are not bad, but then is of course the question, how will it be when you're going to be looking into, let's say, the overall situation where this thing has like a 50% volume with bass boost off. And this is a little bit of a weird thing. So 16 hours is 50% of the power without the bass boost. So if you're going to be putting it a little different, like volume and also bass boost enabled, we're going to be having less overall time. So let's do a quick peek in the inside on the box. So the packaging, it's quite simple, just 2 foams holding the speaker in place. So one of the things I was really curious, like when it comes to all the extras, of course, the goodie books, I love to call them. So with these speakers nowadays, we're not getting any power supplies whatsoever. So we're going to be buying them separately. I understand you're going to be needing a quite beefy one. I think it's like a 35 watt. So this is just an overall quick explanation how everything works, configuration, as you're going to be connecting your second speaker and all kinds of overall, let's say, information. Here's the manual, 30 watt PD. That we're going to be needing for charging this thing, and it's not included in the package, so we're going to be buying that separately from the action stores. Do have like some very nice overall solutions, and when it comes to the charging, we do have actually having the USB-C to USB-C connection and not the USB, I think it's called the A. However, how about the speaker? Let's talk about that. So the speaker, I must say that where it comes to the weight, this thing weighs around like over 5 kilograms. Seriously, like that's how heavy it is. However, if you're going to be looking into, let's say, the overall quality, I must say they had like an interesting choice. So the overall enclosure of the device is actually made out of this very nice plastic, not the rubberized shenanigans that we have seen before. But let's get my weight scale, because I just wanted to show you how heavy this thing is, by the way. Here you can see that this thing weighs 5.1 kilograms, even a little bit more, but you're getting the point. Construction wise, I must say that I'm very satisfied with the overall way how this thing looks, having this very nice fabric at the front with the beautiful Fresh and Rebel logo at the front too. So the construction, I'm very glad that they went for this very nice thick plastic and not the rubberized craziness that we have seen with previous speakers of other brands. However, the construction, I must say that this thing is easy to bring with you, but due of the weight, this is not something you're going to be having like a very easy, you're not going to be putting it on the back of your bicycle. So the rubber underneath will have like this overall, like say, giving you the option to just close it up. You can see like, this is very, very nice. It's very thick rubber with a little bit of an edge that closes off the connections, but it's not like 100% waterproof. It's more like splash waterproof shenanigans. So, however, we're having here the USB-A, and this is for connecting a USB thumb drive. Having over here a USB-C for charging, and we do have like an original old school aux cable. Still, let me know in the comments what do you think. Do you miss out the micro SD card? Because I think that is way more convenient than having a USB stick, but that can be me. However, at the bottom we're finding the part where it's actually standing on. There's interesting construction when it comes to the rubber mats. You can see that this is this massive rubber piece, but on the rubber piece we do have like these very tiny bumps. That's actually where this speaker is standing on. And okay, so this construction, that is something we didn't see before. So we're having all of the buttons at the top, we're having micro switched, having these rubberized micro switch buttons, holding it with turn it on and off. We can change our volume, go to the next track, pause, and also in here we can see It's going to be searching for the Bluetooth, and we're having the button for bass boost. The only downside is that it actually every single time it says bass boost enabled, disabled, and also gives it a little bit of a time between. So it's really annoying when it comes to switching, and it's not going to be an overall fun experience if you're going to be switching between bass boost. To be honest, I just freaking hate it. I just turning it on, not touching it anymore, because I don't want to hear the person scream through the speaker that the boost is off or on. So this is the Bluetooth functionality. So you can just turn it off if you want to, but what you can also do is just plug in the USB stick or actually using this. So when it comes to, let's say, the overall construction, so this thing's like a splash waterproof situation, but of course we need to leave this open. That would be interesting to have like this little bit of a space in the rubber. So if you're going to be having like this very tiny thumbstick, you can still close it up. That would be convenient, or just use a micro SD card. But let me know in the comments if you're going to be using those kind of features. It also remembers how much volume I was last giving it, and also you're going to be turning it on and off and everything. So that's one of the features I had like in the past with some of these, let's say, speakers. I think particularly like the cheaper ones. I think it was Roseland, but overall this is absolutely great. So now it's actually just, you can just play your music like this. But if you're going to be listening to the overall bass, man, yeah. So when it comes to the overall audio, I must say that I am really pleased with it. But the bass boost or bass boost is actually one of the things that we're going to be needing to absolutely implement all the time. Woo! But if you have neighbors, you can just shut it off.
Bass boost off.
But no, we need it.
Bass boost.
But how does it actually sound in a bigger room if you're going to be having some distance? Oh yeah. This sounds great with the extra bass boost. Think about if you have like two of these freaking things. Oh. So the overall configuration when plugging in a USB drive, yeah, that works all fine. I must say that when it comes to the micro SD card, I would rather use that because you can just close it up again and just turn it on and off and switch to the Bluetooth if you're going to be needing it. So much more convenient than a USB thumb drive. Let me know in the comments what do you think. The overall sound quality is quite good. I must say that when it comes still, like this is like the most expensive speaker yet. When it comes to like Fraser Rebel line, it's still, let's say, an inexpensive overall solution. It's maybe the most, let's say, crazy thing they have ever released with the Action. The bass boost is absolutely great add-on, and I'm actually going to be turning it on and never going to be turning it off, because without it feels a little bit like it sounds like a little bit of an overall cheap solution. Thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments what do you think of this brand new speaker XXL. Do you think it's worth picking up? It would be great if you subscribe, hit the little bell, and let me know in the comments, and we will see you in the next video. Ooh.